actually live the dream. Well, I grew up in a tiny community called Fox Cove. It's located on the southeast coast of the Huron Peninsula. There were about 250, 300 people who actually lived in that community at the time, and of course, like everybody else in here who's at the age that they know what it's like to grow up in a community where there's no internet, no cable, no satellite TV, those kind of things. So you know what it's like to have to actually make up your own activities, make up your own things to do to keep yourself occupied and out of trouble if possible. Well, being in Fox Cove, there was no shortage of things to do, especially for a young boy. We were surrounded by cliffs, we were surrounded by the ocean, the forest was behind my house, we had many ponds and trails. All you needed was just a little imagination. And I definitely had some imagination growing up, and so did my friends. We spent countless afternoons running around the fields behind my house playing army guys. Of course, our weapon of choice was a broken twig, or if we're lucky, a piece of driftwood that actually looked like a weapon. During the summer months, we spent our evenings after school, or not after school, sorry, but we spent our evenings swimming up in the pond. If we weren't swimming, we were on the softball field playing softball. During the winter months, after school, we'd come home and we'd grab our shovels, head to a pond, and spend 45 minutes shoveling off a little bit of ice to have a game of hockey, and enjoy the 10 minutes of sunlight that was left and play a game of hockey. Little did I know back then I'd be actually getting paid to do those things. If only I had known at 8 years old what foreshadowing was. At 13 years old, I decided I was going to join the Sea Cadets. And that was my first introduction to anything that was remotely close to a military lifestyle. I went to Cornwallis up in Nova Scotia during the summer months. That's the base. It's closed now, but it's a base where new recruits would be trained to join the military. And for some weird, twisted reason, in the middle of all the screaming and yelling and cursing and swearing, my interest in the military was born. I guess I'm a sucker for punishment. So 2 days before my daughter's second birthday, I hopped on a plane and flew to Meaford, Ontario. It was there where I began my training to become an infantry soldier. And once I completed my training, I moved to New Brunswick and served with the Royal Canadian Regiment for 6 years. While there, I seen an opportunity and I figured I'd try it. And that was to become a plumbing and heating technician. Still within the military, I switched trades to a plumber. I spent 7 years as a plumber in Saskatchewan, so I could tell you some stories about the prairies, and also in Kingston, Ontario. It was in Kingston where my last career change happened. I seen another opportunity, and I figured I'd take advantage of that as well, and that was to become a logistics officer. And to become a logistics officer, I needed a university degree, and I was very fortunate that the military sent me here to go to school at MUN. So like I said, little did I know when I was growing up, running around the fields behind my parents' house, that one day I would actually be getting paid to do those things I enjoyed so much. Right now I get paid to run around and play army guys. The difference is the guns are a little more realistic. I get paid to go swimming in the pool, even though it's laps and jumping in, jumping out, that kind of thing. I get paid to climb cliffs and to climb down them, run down them. I get paid to play hockey. I get paid to play baseball and golf, all those things that you really love growing up. Also, the biggest thing, the most important thing I found about being in the military is that every single day you go to work with your best friends. So if anybody ever asks me, say, hey Jason, do you think it's possible to live your dream? And I'll be like, yes, definitely. I'm living it. Thank you.